Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Time for some more Monkish. This can of Monkish beer came courtesy of my man Craig. I appreciate you, bro. Craig is a Monkish saint in my life, and he likes to send me cans of beer to review, so I appreciate that. This is Monkish's 8th anniversary beer. This is where we're getting into the old hashtag Team Old IPA realm here. Canned on March 13th, so today is April the 25th. So we're, what, 6 weeks old? But this is double dry hopped, so I'm not worried about it. This beer is called, is it Supreme Good? I think it is. Supreme Good. And it is 8.8% alcohol by volume, and that is a rad little simple label. This was brewed for Monkish's 8th anniversary. And I think the story with this beer is there's 8 malts, 8 hops, and maybe 8 of something else. I can't remember. So there's no way we're going to be able to pick the hops out. I mean, when there's 8 different hops, you really have no idea. Don't know what this is hopped with. I'm guessing, you know, it's going to be the typical kind of popular hops right now. I'm sure there'll be like Citra, Nelson, Galaxy, all that good stuff. There might be some other stuff in there, but let's get into it. It is hotter than crap right now here in North County, San Diego. It is almost 90 degrees. So it's a little warm in here. I don't have the games on just because they radiate so much heat. So I know the background's different, but it's just, it's warm. I'm gonna wait till it gets, until the sun goes down to turn some games on out here. But let's get into the beer. Freaking beautiful beer. It looks like hazy lemonade. It looks like a Monkish beer. It's, you know, that New England style. You cannot see through it. There was about half a finger of bright white head. It's rocky, kind of sudsy. It's dissipating very quickly, which, I mean, almost 9%. I guess you wouldn't expect the head to stick around. I don't know if that's the deal with this beer. I don't know if this beer is like heavily brewed with oats. I think people say oats affect heads. I don't know. I don't brew beer. I just drink it. I don't know if that's the correct science on that, but it looks absolutely amazing in that Monkish boombox, proper glassware. This beer's been sitting out about 10 minutes. So there's still a chill on it. It's not like ice cold. I know I say this all the time, but there's just random people who have been commenting on videos recently. So I guess new people are watching. I appreciate that. With these crazy New England heavily hopped beers, I let them sit out, let the chill come off of it. I think it really like allows the hops to open up, like the aromatics and the flavors of everything. So I'm not the beer police. You don't have to do that. That's what I do. If you've never done it, give it a shot. You'd be surprised at how different a beer is from ice cold to when it comes up to room temperature. So let's shove our nose in it. I can smell it. I mean, it's 6 weeks old and it's still blasting me in the face. So see what it's got. That smells so good. Fuck me. It smells like it's like a glass of hops. It's so intense still on the nose. Wow, that is crazy. This beer must have been fucking straight nostril burning when it was fresh. Craig sent this to me a couple weeks ago, I think, so it's been sitting. I think I got it at about a month old. I probably should have drank it back then, but I like to fuck with Craig and not review beers that he sends right away. I love you, Craig. But yeah, I mean, they're using 8 different hops, so it's just this kind of crazy sensory overload of different smells. I can't pick everything out, but it's heavily citrus, crazy, intense, sweet, like oranges, tangerines. There's a tropical fruitiness to it. There's stone fruit notes to it. It smells like it smells like there's Nelson in it. It has like that kind of dusty, someone said, who was it, Bud, that said damp, what did he say? Damp ocean? Well, I can't remember what he said, but we were talking about Nelson hops, and it has that intense, funky, musty smell. But it has like a pine thing. It has, you know, that West Coast vibe. It's sprucey, kind of pine needly. There's a good amount of like crusty bread too. Like the malts are there, but it's still so intensely crazy aromatic. I talk about like heavily hopped beers that like Trillium used to do it. Headroom, for instance, like when you drink it, you would get like that kind of little bit of hop burn. This still has that kind of hop burny thing on the nose. So rather than trying to figure out what we're smelling, let's taste it. Craig, cheers. Thank you, sir. And cheers to Monkish, 8 years. It's awesome. You guys are hanging in there. You're having no fucking problem during this lockdown thing. You guys are selling out beer like it's your job. It's crazy. Absolute fire. That is, wow, it's still, even at 6 weeks in the can, it's still intensely hoppy, hop bite, lingering hop bitterness on the finish of that. That's crazy. There has to be Citra in here just because it's so over the top, like citrus notes. This is so, I mean, I don't know if Amarillo's in here either, but this is so insanely, this can right now at 6 weeks, it's so crazy over the top orange. It's nuts. But it still has that raw hop thing mid palate to finish. So everything we were smelling, like I said, crazy intense citrus fruits, orange, California cuties, those little Tangelos. There has to be, I don't want to say there has to be, but it gives off a super Nelson vibe. It's so fucking dry on the finish too. But it's like this grapey, musty, dirty thing, like middle of your tongue to finish. It gets intense, like it goes over the top, like crazy biting on your tongue. It's aggressive. I love that. I like that in beers. That's why I like Monkish beer so much. I talk about like with, you know, Treehouse, they're so soft and juicy, which is great, but Monkish like lets you know this is beer, this is in your face, this is turned up to 100 as far as like the hops go. But yeah, stone fruity. It even has like this crazy berry thing. I don't know if there's mosaic in it. I have no idea. We're not going to try and pick hops, but that kind of sprucey pine needle thing's there. It's so complex and there's so many different flavors. It's hard for your brain to actually pick out what you're smelling and tasting. But for almost 9%, this is ridiculously drinkable. It goes aggressive though. It's not like crazy hop burn, but you have that lingering, just kind of punch you in your tongue bitterness. It's crazy bitter. Like imagine chewing on a lemon rind, that kind of thing. There's the sweetness on the finish of that kind of, like I said, that kind of crusty white bread, sourdough bread that I was smelling. It's there that kind of tries to balance out the hops, but this is such a fucking hop barrage in your mouth. It's nuts. So we'll leave it at that. This beer is fire. This is what I like as far as like hazy beers go. I like crazy intense. I like in your face. I like the volume turned up to 100, and that's what this beer does. It's fucking awesome. No idea how many people will watch this review because this beer is already 6 weeks, you know, in the can. I don't know if people are still trying to trade for this. I would say this is worth your time. This gives you, even at 6 weeks old, like this is peak Monkish. This is the epitome of what they do. They take East Coast, West Coast, and mesh it. So this video is probably 10 minutes long. I'm sorry that it's so long, but I rambled a little bit. But this beer's fire. Craig, I love you for sharing this. One of the best double IPAs I've had this year. Fucking awesome. So that's Supreme Good. It is Supreme Good. From Monkish, if you guys had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. See you guys very soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all